Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Getting started with our pre-game ceremonies here at the Lancerlot Sports Complex. I want to take a minute to recognize some very important seniors, including Chris Pierce. He came to Virginia Tech from Burlington, New Jersey in 2021 and is currently in his third season with the program, serving as the team's student operations manager and play-by-play broadcaster. Chris will be graduating in May with a bachelor's in communication and a minor in national government and foreign affairs. He hopes to continue working in the sports industry after graduation and is excited about the endless possibilities to come. Chris wants to thank all the players, especially Dominic Fantozzi, who without him, none of this would be possible. The coaching staff, Joey Mullen, Dave Stanley, and Bill Gerke, for all their support. The fans who tune into all the live streams on YouTube and who have helped the program grow substantially. And finally, all the members of the off-ice crew, past and present, Shane, Maddie, Paul, Ashley, Anna Marie, Kayla, Lauren, Jordan P., Jordan B., Kyle, Gibby, Sydney, Phoebe, and Brendan, each of whom have dedicated countless hours of their free time to making Virginia Tech hockey what it is today. And most importantly, Chris would like to thank his family for supporting his dream and making it come true. None of the success, determination, and leadership skills possessed by him would be remotely possible without the love, compassion, and support of his #1 fans. Let's give Chris a round of applause. And now we'll move on to our graduating seniors. Our first senior tonight is #6, Grant Gustafson. Grant came to Virginia Tech from Alexandria, Virginia in 2021. Over the past 2 years, Grant served as an officer for the team, as the treasurer, and as the head of fundraising. Grant will graduate in May with a degree in accounting and information systems from the Pamplin College of Business. After graduation, Grant will return to Alexandria to begin his career with Kearney and Company, a CPA firm. There, he plans to pursue his CPA license and CFE as he continues to build his professional future. Grant would like to give thanks to Joey, Dave, Colin, and Bill for their dedication to the program and for giving him the chance to continue playing the game he loves. He also wants to thank his teammates, who have become a second family, for the incredible memories and lifelong friendships they've shared. Most importantly, Grant is incredibly grateful to his family for their constant support, whether it was their encouragement, their presence at every milestone, or the countless ways they've helped him pursue his dreams. Their love and dedication have been the foundation of his journey, and he will forever appreciate everything they've done to help him succeed. Let's give Grant a round of applause. Our next senior tonight is #8, Dean Sargent. Dean came to Virginia Tech from Wall Township, New Jersey in the fall of 2021. Dean will be graduating in December with a Bachelor of Science in Finance, Investment Management, and Chartered Financial Analyst. Dean would like to thank Joey Mullen, Dave Stanley, Bill Gerke, Colin Milford, and Chris Pierce and the media team for their commitment to the program. Without them, this program would not be where it is today. He's honored to be part of such an incredible organization. Dean would also like to thank his fellow teammates and friends for an incredible experience on and off the ice over the past 4 years. Shout out to the Glade guys. Most importantly, Dean would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to his mother and father for their unwavering love and support, both on and off the ice, throughout his life. From the early mornings at the rink to the countless road trips, their dedication has been immeasurable, and he is forever grateful. Our next senior tonight is #28, Matt Vanieri. Matt came to Virginia Tech from Laconia, New Hampshire, and Matt will graduate next year with a degree in civil engineering and with minors in Russian and leadership and service. Matt is an Army ROTC cadet, and upon graduation will commission as a second lieutenant in the U.S. Army. Matt hopes to serve either in the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers or as a foreign area officer. Matt has had fond memories at Virginia Tech to include playing hockey, competing in weightlifting, bartending in downtown Blacksburg, graduating from cadet summer training in Fort Knox, Kentucky, studying abroad in Latvia, and making countless friends from all facets of life. Matt would like to thank Coach Mullen, Coach Stanley, and Coach Milford for their leadership and development. Their dedication to the team and its players have made Matt a better athlete, student, and person. Matt would also like to thank Mr. Gerke and the off-ice management team for providing promotion and atmosphere to the program. Matt would also like to thank his father Andy, his mother Tina, and his brother Luke. Matt's parents have made many sacrifices to support his hockey career, and Luke has shown an unwavering support the whole time. Matt's family has instilled principles of leadership, discipline, and humility in him. This has benefited him both as an ice hockey player and elsewhere. Lastly, Matt would like to thank every teammate he has played with during his time at Virginia Tech. Matt has had to join the team in the middle of his freshman season due to cadet regulations. Despite being a new face, Matt will always remember how welcoming his teammates and soon-to-be strong friends were. Thanks to everyone in the Virginia Tech ice hockey program, Matt will always know what it means to work as a team towards a common goal. Our next senior tonight is number 9, Kevin McAfee. Kevin came to Virginia Tech from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in 2021 and served as a risk management officer for his sophomore and junior years with the team. Kevin will be graduating in May with a degree in industrial and systems engineering. He is still weighing his options for next year but is excited for the future. Kevin wants to thank Joe Mullen, Dave Stanley, and Bill Gerke for their dedication to the program on and off the ice, which made it possible for us to keep playing the game we love. He also wishes to thank his teammates and friends with whom he shared the ice with, making the past 4 years so memorable. Above all, Kevin would like to thank his family for their unwavering support both on and off the ice throughout his life. From early morning practices and games to traveling out of the country to compete, Kevin is grateful and considers himself fortunate to have them by his side. Our next senior tonight is number 16, Dominic Fantozzi. Dominic came to Virginia Tech from Havertown, Pennsylvania in 2021. He'll be graduating with a degree in sports media analytics and a minor in organizational leadership. He served as the team secretary for the 2022-23 season, and he served as the team president for the 23-24 season. He was also selected and has been a 2-year alternate captain for the Hokies. Dominic would like to thank Joe Mullen, Dave Stanley, Bill Gerke, and Colin Milford for everything they're doing for the ice hockey program. They're the reason we get to play the game we love. He would also like to thank his teammates for an unforgettable last 4 years, and he wouldn't change any of it for the world. Dominic would also like to say the biggest thank you to his family for all the support he has received from them since he started playing hockey. They had to deal with many early mornings, late nights, long car rides, and Dominic can't express how grateful he is for them. He also wants to shout out Chris and the media team for the amazing work they've done for him and the team over the last few seasons. Lastly, Dominic wants to shout out to the fans that come to the Lancer lot every Friday and Saturday night to make every home game so special. Our next senior tonight is number 32, Jack Sullivan. Jack came to Virginia Tech from Sterling, Virginia in 2022. Jack will be graduating in May with a bachelor's degree in political science with a focus in national security. He plans to pursue a career in defense contracting and is eager to embark on this exciting next chapter. Jack wants to thank Joey Mullen, Dave Stanley, and the media team for their dedication to the program and the countless hours they've dedicated to ensuring the team succeeds. He would also like to express his gratitude to his teammates and friends as they've helped make his time at Virginia Tech an unforgettable time in his life. Most importantly, Jack would like to thank his family for their support throughout his hockey journey, from early mornings and late nights at the rink that started 14 years ago and traveling across the country throughout that time. He's incredibly fortunate to have had their encouragement every step of the way. Jack cannot thank them enough for their love and support.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 32, Jack Sullivan!
Our next senior tonight is number 31, Ian Key. Ian came to Virginia Tech from Ashburn, Virginia in 2021 and is pursuing a Bachelor of Science in Building Construction Management. Ian will be returning for a 5th year and looks to play for the Hokies again next year while finishing his degree. Ian wants to thank Joe Mullen, Dave Stanley, Colin Milford, Bill Gerke, and the team managers for their commitment to the program on and off the ice that allowed us to continue playing the game we love. He would also like to thank his fellow teammates and friends he shared the ice with that made his past 4 years so enjoyable. Ian's favorite moment on the team so far have been the long bus rides with the team. Also, playing in the outdoor game in Charlotte and getting a shutout in the same game. Most importantly, Ian would like to thank his family and friends for supporting him on and off the ice throughout his entire life. Ian is extremely thankful for their commitment and support throughout his career. From driving through the Michigan Lake effect snow to flying with me across the world to play hockey, Ian could not be more thankful for his family. Lastly, Ian would like to thank the fans of Hokie hockey and for their support over the years.
Number 31, Ian Key.
Our final senior tonight is number 12, our captain, Gavin Peduzzi. Gavin came to Virginia Tech from Frederick, Maryland in 2021. This past season, he was honored to serve as the team captain. In 2022, Gavin was named Rookie of the Year and has since become the program's all-time leading scorer. Gavin will be graduating next spring with a Bachelor of Architecture degree. Gavin wants to thank Joe, Dave, Colin, and Bill for their commitment to the program, which has given him and his teammates the chance to travel and compete across the country. Gavin would also like to thank Chris Pierce and the media crew for all they've done for the guys and their families over the past few years. He's especially grateful to his teammates for the memories on and off the ice. Lastly, Gavin would like to express his deepest gratitude to his family. Their encouragement, sacrifices, and belief in him have been his greatest source of strength. Whether it was driving him to early practices or celebrating his achievements, their love has made this journey possible.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 12, Gavin Peduzzi. Ladies and gentlemen,
Let's have one last round of applause for all of our Hokie seniors. We will take a short break, and we'll be back to talk with our off-ice crew and celebrate our off-ice crew graduating seniors coming up in just a moment.
Welcome back to the Virginia Tech Hockey Network. It's senior night, and to honor our off-ice staff senior members, we're just going to go right down the line. So first, I'm a senior. It's my final broadcast. My name is Chris Pierce. If you don't know by now, I'm the Student Operations Director as well as the play-by-play broadcaster for your Virginia Tech Hokies. My favorite memory of this year is obviously got to be that Charlotte win 6-0 shutout on ESPN. Getting the broadcast, that was the most memorable moment of my lifetime. And for tonight, JMU, Virginia Tech, I got to go Hokies on top, 6-0.
Hi, my name is Phoebe Winters. I'm the sideline reporter for the Virginia Tech Hockey Network. My favorite memory this season has got to be the Charlotte road trip. That was just so exciting and so cool to get to see the guys play on an outdoor rink. And for score prediction tonight, I'm expecting a Hokie blowout. I'm going to go 8-3.
Hi, Virginia Tech fans. My name's Ashley. I'm your Director of Data Analytics. My favorite memory was definitely going to Charlotte with everybody and seeing everybody play on the outdoor rink. Score prediction, I'm going to go 8-2.
I think it's too big. Hi, my name is Gabby. I'm the Director of Community Outreach, and my favorite memory is definitely the Charlotte game. And I think the score prediction will be 9-4.
My name is Lauren Shaner. I am the team videographer, and my favorite memory of this season was definitely in Charlotte and just the whole experience, and of course, winning the game. And my score prediction for tonight is 9-2 with us winning.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Jordan Parham. I'm the color analyst for VT Hockey. I think my favorite memory would probably be sideline reporting at the Winter Classic in Charlotte. I was so nervous going down there beside the ice, but after I did it for a while, I just thought, hey, I know how to talk, I know how to do this, and it really did up my confidence for the future. And so my score prediction tonight, I'm going to say 8-3. So I'm 8-3 Virginia Tech, of course. So I'm going to leave it with that.
I'm back. A wonderful group of seniors we have here at the off-ice crew for the Virginia Tech Hokies, and we thank you for thanking us for this wonderful time we've had this season. We'll be right back. It's the Hokies and the Dukes coming up next.
Welcome into the Lancer-Lott Sports Complex. The Hokies and the Dukes squaring off to finish the regular season. Virginia Tech looking to end up on top. We're celebrating senior night here in Vinton, Virginia. Let's hear briefly from Phoebe and two of our players before the game.
What's up, Hokie fans? It's senior night here at Lancer-Lott. I'm joined by our senior netminders, Ian Key and Jack Sullivan. Ian, what are you looking forward to most about tonight?
I mean, just it's a regular hockey game. I'm just hoping, just have a good game and we get the win at the end of the day. So.
Jack, last game of the regular season in your career here at Tech, what has been your favorite moment?
I would say the guys. They've been like family the past 3 years I've been here. It's been awesome, so you're going to miss it.
You guys have a lot of support here tonight. Do you guys have family in the stands for you tonight?
I do, yeah. Both my mom and my dad and my girlfriend are here too.
What about you, Jack?
Same with me, mom, dad, and girlfriend, so let's do it.
What do you guys have to say to the team going forward next year?
Going forward, just trusting each other, boys. All you got at the end of the day is each other. And, this is a great group of guys. And next year it's going to be a great group of guys too. So
I would say keep building and cherish the moment.
Thank you, guys.
thank you.
Welcome back in. Sorry I had to cut that short. Just a moment.
For your Hokies, number 31,
Folks, welcome back to Vinton, Virginia, the Hokies and the Dukes. Here on a Friday night, Kyle Bean and Jordan Parham here to get you started this game. We'll be mixing in Chris Pierce as well as we celebrate senior night for the Hokies, the last ride for a great group of seniors that we've had the pleasure of broadcasting and watching on the ice. We're in for a good one tonight. The 4-13 James Madison Dukes and the Hokies set to square off here in a rematch from earlier in the season. The Hokies have been struggling a little bit lately after a very hot fall semester. We'll see how they bounce back here tonight.
Well, Kyle, although it's senior night, although it's the last time a couple of these guys are going to play against each other or play with each other and play here at Lancer-Lott, it's definitely a time to remember. At this point, the game is kind of second. It's the brotherhood and the friendships that everybody has gotten to, the bond that everybody has created together, coming together for one, maybe two last times here in Vinton, Virginia. So even though, we played JMU earlier in this season, it's definitely just a contest between friends at this point.
Swain and Fantozzi on the faceoff. JMU comes up with it. They'll dump it in thanks to number 89, Michael Pellicata. Now Virginia Tech on the push. McAfee up the near side. Gets it through to Fantozzi. Swings it right in front of the net, but nobody's there. McAfee not quite able to get the stick on it. Past the goaltender. Caught up behind. Pakolowski working up the left side over to Soprano. JMU on the push. Working into the near side corner. Brady Swain. Pass off the money, gets across the blue line out to center. JMU will have to regroup. The kid working quickly, back up to Pellicata. Big hit from Peduzzi as the Hokies get the turnover and work into center ice. Cam Kazai, the 2-on-2, speeding up the right side, tries to leave it in. Caught back in the corner, dumped in by Lanigan. Over to the far side, just gets away. Kept out at center ice. The Dukes working up the far side, a little mix up there as the skates clash. Kazai dumps it in, goes after it himself, right up behind the net. Leaves off for Peduzzi, out to Andrew, ripped one but deflected away. Lanigan tries his own. In the near corner, Hokies trying to get it out. They work it up to Lanigan. Cross ice into Peduzzi. Pass gets away, ripped by Lanigan, straight to the glove.
Great reading the movements of all players on the ice. That's key, knowing where all your men are on the ice at one time and making plays just out of no plays. And especially since this goalie starts kicking off a bunch of rebounds, there are no just waiting for the right shot to happen. It's more or less just take that quick shot. If it rebounds, take another quick shot and keep on going.
Ben Bottiglieri anchoring down the JMU defense in the goal. One of the more experienced players on this young Duke team. Virginia Tech out to center ice. They work it up to Rice. Rips from the middle, gloved by Bottiglieri. Now out to Tulo, swings it around the net. Andrew couldn't quite get to it. Tyler Wise working it up for the Dukes, quickly turned over to Tulo. Dumps it in and around. Andrew in the circle, up to Rice, rips one off the pads. Pass gets away from Tulo to the corner. Caught up on the far side, Austin Hearn. Couldn't quite get it out to Stewart. It'll head all the way back. Hokies near side. Stewart kicked it up but got away. Tied up behind, retrieving. Pass out to Rice, up to Tulo. Crossover to Andrew. Leading pass to Rice. Put one over but not quite through. Off the right side, Dukes come up with it. The captain, Swain. Cross ice pass to Soprano, knocked away. JMU still on the push. They keep it on sides, ripped into Key's gear, but knocked down and away. Kept in by the Dukes in the near corner. Rebound. Key gets it to the center chest, covering that one up with 13:44.
The one thing I do like from this Duke squad right now is they're taking every shot that they can get. They're not necessarily bringing the puck into their offensive zone a whole bunch. They've been playing a lot of defense, resting their legs a bit, but they're taking every chance that they can get so far. And although Ian Keys just blocked 2 great shots by them, they're only matters away from getting something in if they just keep on taking those shots.
Duke's not quite able to keep it in. Fight at the blue line. Hokies come up with it. Lanigan leads to Hearn, but knocked away. JMU recollecting the offense, wearing the purple sweaters. Working up the right side, ripped off Key's leg pads and up into the net. That one just skyrocketed.
That was a hard pass up there. Didn't know where it was going after it hit the air.
So far an even one here with 13-17 left in the first. The Hokies celebrating senior night, the final regular season game of their 2024-25 season. We're headed to the playoffs soon. Stewart working up the near side, gets it across, leading pass just knocked away. Bottiglieri getting into the way of that one once again, just deflecting these shots away. Stewart to Campbell, near side corner, out to Lanigan, sends it back down. Stewart fighting for position there right in front of the crease. Not quite able to get it. The Hokies nearly keep it in, but an offsides as Lanigan tried to save it while Campbell was still in the zone.
I think that still could have been onside. It was just barely on the line. Right. But Kyle, quick question for you. All the seniors we gave our best memory of VT hockey of this season. What is your best memory of the season so far?
My best memory, of course, it's got to be the Charlotte game. I know everyone said it, but it really is that moment that stands out in the season.
Of course.
Fight in the circle. Globitz, Veneri ripped one off the glass. Rebound away, but Globitz couldn't finish. Bottiglieri getting in the way once again. Looked like he got a glove on it. And covers this one up from Globitz. A tough fight there in front of the net. (12-13) in this one. JMU showing a little bit of struggles on defense. The Hokies getting some better shot opportunities in the last few minutes.
Definitely. The Hokies are taking, like, I hate to echo myself, but they're taking every shot that they can also get as well. And this is just some great goaltending on the side here by number 36 on JMU. The puck tracking and everything is just impeccable right now within these first 10 minutes of play.
Kellogg ripped one from up top. Gloved by the goalie. JMU trying to clear this out, and they do. Across center ice, working up the near side. Gets it around Rice. Swings it around, ripped. Deflected off the body of Kellogg and into the boards. Tied up along the sides. Finally poked out and away. Ripped from the top, but knocked away by Key. Hokies clear it out. Kazai and Peduzzi 2-on-2. Rips one, misses wide left out to Rice. Takes his own, deflected off the body of Pelicata. Gustafson takes it across, but Kazai wasn't back yet on the far side. Another offsides for the Hokies.
So Kyle, what was your favorite part down being in Charlotte? What was your most noticeable thing that happened down there? To you, at least.
For me, it would be walking out the tunnel on the way down to ice level as the game was getting going. It's something about coming out of the tunnel. You've got that narrow perspective. You can't really see much, and then all of a sudden you just see everything. There's so much to take in, and that always stands out to me when you're at a new facility, a new arena.
Well said, well said.
What about you, Jordan?
I would say probably that last little bit that Chris said to me as I'm going down the elevator and I'm going to rink level. He just goes, "Hey, you got this. You know how to talk. You've been doing this all year. You've been doing this since middle school for me." And he's like, "Don't worry about it." And that kind of got me going. I'm walking down there, shoulders up and everything, head up. And I'm like, I know how to do this. I know how to talk. I know how to sideline report. I don't know why I'm so nervous. And then I just went down there and I did my thing.
Well said. The Hokies keeping this one in. The Dukes trying to get it across. They finally do, but Campbell quickly chipped back in. On the far side, Pakolowski. Sends one across. We've got a whistle. Fantozzi was tied up with Pakalowski there right at center ice. Looks like it'll be brought back potentially on an icing call.
One thing I've noticed just from the Dukes playing defense is their defense doesn't necessarily give up. They're not as disciplined when it comes to breaking the puck out of the neutral zone or even into the neutral zone. However, their defense is really locked down. They're able to pinpoint a specific target, and they know just who's going to shoot and where and how to combat and how to, get that puck away from that opposer.
Stewart, far corner, feeds up top. Stewart ripped one in the center. Bottiglieri to his center chest. 9:53, halfway through the first. Still tied up at 0-0. No points up on the board quite yet. The Hokies looking to strike as they've dominated the offensive possession. Face off, and quickly JMU on the run. They barely keep it on sides. Now swinging it around the net. Near side, Lanigan, Stewart, now Fantozzi. Turned over to the Dukes. Settling down, pressure from Campbell and Fantozzi. Slowing down the Dukes offense. They'll swing it around the boards. Rice up to Stewart, across the center, and JMU recollecting. Cross center ice, fed into the back glass, off the stick of Key. To Cray, over to Rice. Attempted swing up to Sargent, lets it go across and dump back in. The Dukes will switch out a few. Get some fresh legs out here as Sargent loses one away. Looked like he got tripped up by the ref, perhaps. JMU across center ice, across the blue line. And Veneri knocks it back. Both teams struggling to get a solid possession here in the last couple of minutes. Just going back and forth, not many shots being taken. Garlock dumps it into Glaubitz, rips one off the gear. Dukes across center ice, take it across the blue line. Rice knocks it right back. Up to Garlock, the Hokies without numbers. Ripped one up to Kazai off the post. Hokies quickly recovering back. A sliding save from Gustafson. Knocks one away off the body. Great effort there from number 6. The Hokies push it up to Kazai. Couldn't quite get to it as it swung around the boards. Kept in by Garlock. Far side. Just took it across. The Hokies hold off momentarily. Dukes. Left to right, working their way down. They keep it on. Pass back, but the stifling Hokies defense just knocking this away. JMU having trouble getting quality shot opportunities as that one heads to the Hokies bench.
One thing I just noticed is JMU, they're standing too close to each other. For example, they're trying to break the puck out, and they have 3 guys, literally shoulder to shoulder next to each other. You don't need that necessarily. If that's the case, you can put one person on the Hokies offense and have them guard those 3 people. Then you have 4 other opportunities open. You have 2 extra men that could easily swipe that puck away, and then you have a 2-on-1 or even a 2-on-none towards the Dukes goal.
JMU, a young team led by an entirely new staff. Patrick Keogh taking the lead for the Dukes. Lanigan ripped into the glove of Bottiglieri. 6:57 here in the first. Still scoreless. The Hokies having trouble getting it past the experienced goaltender Ben Bottiglieri out of Haymarket. Had a stellar game so far. Whistle on the face-off, they'll bring it back. Hearn and Rafferty on the face-off. Into the far boards. JMU having trouble clearing it. Too low. Kept it in for a moment. Now the Dukes in purple recollecting behind their own goal. They swing it up to Lowry. Wasn't quite ready for the pass. Kept in by Lanigan. Hearn hustling up behind the net. Hearn left one off for Tulo, but deflected away. Lanigan recovers and out to Tulo again. Far corner, Hearn swings it over. Ripped off the glove. Hearn tried to take his own shot. Now commotion in front of the net. Hearn battling with defenders. Finally, off the skate of Rafferty, the Dukes cleared out to center ice. Quickly rotated in by the Hokies. Fantozzi and Campbell with some pressure. Rice dumping it in from the center line. Bodiglieri will reset for his teammates. The Hokies really pressing here, keeping this in the zone. JMU trying to get it across that blue line, and they do. Cross pass just gets away and dumped in. 5:20 here in the first. Tied up on the far side. Fantozzi took a little hit. Kellogg sending one into the boards. Hokies trying to clear it out. The puck flying all over. Campbell lifted one, kept in by the Dukes. Now out to Fantozzi. Takes it across himself. Near side, ripped off the back glass. Kellogg keeps it in. Campbell out behind the net. Defended by Wise. Scoreless with 4:45. The Hokies pressuring from behind the goal line out to Glaubitz. Inside, Sargent just got away from him. Kept in by Glaubitz, swung it to Rice. Ripped into the glass once again. Out to Glaubitz far side, dumped up and around. Tied up in the near side. Ends up with Glaubitz, gloved by Bodiglieri.
One of these shots are soon to go in. They're due up next for a goal.
4:13 left here in the first. The Hokies taking a multitude of shots, but still yet to find the back of the net. Peduzzi on the faceoff with Swain. They'll set up briefly. Out to Gustafson up top. Down low, Peduzzi had a chance, but deflected away by Bodiglieri. This one ripped from the top from McAfee. Now caught up behind the net. Swung back out to Kevin McAfee up top. The Hokies just going up and down, up and down. Mixing up the looks for JMU. Gustafson up top. They'll rotate it through. Pakolowski defending inside, ripped by Peduzzi. Once again deflected to the boards. Bodiglieri is having himself a game so far. Peduzzi and Swain tripped up on the near side. No hands up in the air. Peduzzi left one out for Kazai, trying to dance through. Delayed penalty coming up on the Dukes. Hokies get the whistle. It's time for a Grand Home Furnishings power play. Grand Home Furnishings, your local home furnishing headquarters for the Hokies, always with the best prices guaranteed.
Kyle, I think one thing that the Hokies mastered perfectly throughout this season was shooting through traffic. The unfortunate thing about this Duke squad is they're not causing any traffic in front of that net, and they're definitely not going to blind their goalie. That's slowly what's keeping these Dukes team alive right now, is disabling the Hokies from shooting through traffic like they normally would.
Tech out to Lanigan. Off the boots of the defender. Hearn at the point. Tech with the man advantage. Ripped by Teo Lanigan all the way up from the point. Hokies strike first with 2:51.
And just as I said that, traffic was created in front of the net. I don't know if you can see it from the camera, but up here we can clearly see their goal. Duke's goaltender couldn't even see around the two defensemen that were standing directly in front of him. Teo Lanigan taking that opportunity and pulling that trigger and hitting that top shelf shot is what we needed to see right now to see those Hokies be put in front.
Bottiglieri was stopping everything, but the Hokies strike on the man advantage, leading the Dukes 1-0 with 2:51.
The JMU penalty was assessed to number 89, Michael Alendroga.
Dukes up the far side. Rafferty turned over to Garlock. Hokies with numbers. Ripped for Garlock. Deflected up and away. Tried to glove it down to take another attempt, but knocked up and away. Dukes up in the far corner. Garlock ends up with it. Austin Hearn got the assist on Lanigan's shot. Lanigan just took a hit to the back there. Near side, Lanigan ripped one again, this time wide right. Just kept in by Rice, dumped it down low. Kazai got taken down away from the puck. Rafferty quickly pushing it all on his own, ripped away, knocked by the glove of Key. To Cray, trying to clear it. Rice dumped it around. Fantozzi and Lowry speeding up ahead. JMU near side, trying to work something. Kept in by Lowry, centering pass knocked away. Marshall Campbell going out for the puck. Couldn't quite get to it with the defender. Zach Stewart up to Rice, dumped one into Fantozzi, and gets it in! Dominic Fantozzi make it 2-0. Bottiglieri thought he had it, but just slipped through. Hokies lead 2-0 with 1:25.
I've only seen that shot, that soft pass shot, done once in an NHL game. And no, I cannot remember the player. It was so long ago, but that soft tap shot will confuse any goalie. They'll pull them out the net too far and expect, because every goalie is expecting a hard shot, something to get right past them. Nobody's expecting a soft tap, and it throws them completely off balance because you think their stick is going to go far to the left or right side depending on the stick hand, but it just goes completely straight and it has no momentum on it.
Fantozzi having himself a senior night with the goal. Assist to Marshall Campbell and Zach Stewart, number 10. Hokies leading 2-0, a minute left to play here in the first. McAfee pushed up to Veneri, working with three defenders, takes it across, but the Hokies too quick across the blue line, and offsides for Tech. Just under 56 seconds here in the first period. Hokies leading 2-0, the high-powered offense. JMU winning the face-off, working up the near side, ripped up top off the stick of Key. Hokies clear it out. Sargent battling in front of his own bench. Veneri and Globitz as well. Nearly got taken out. Gustafson tried to get in the way and knocked by the stick of Key up into the back netting of a face-off.
That's twice now from Key. He really doesn't want that puck getting in the back of his neck on his senior night.
He's knocking it about as far away as you could, out behind him. Lagas and Higginbotham on the face-off. Knocked all the way back. Icing waved off, just under 30 seconds here in the first. Tulo dancing around, Hearn trying to keep it in. Hokies tied up in the near corner. Out to Lanigan and back down low. Swung to too low off the skate of Gould. And that's the buzzer for the first. Virginia Tech up 2-0 thanks to Lanigan and Fantozzi. Both scoring here later in the first period. Virginia Tech on top. Now Jordan, JMU defending well this period, but so many shot opportunities from the Hokies, finally able to knock a few through past Bottiglieri.
Yeah, JMU is doing a really good job defending all these shots, leaving no traffic for the Hokies to shoot through, which of course they famously are known for. However, with that, they run the risk of standing close to each other. And although standing close to each other decreases the traffic for the net, it increases the chance of that puck getting away from the puck carrier and going to another Hokie and them being able to get a shot. Now, the goalie is keeping them in this game. He is blocking a bunch of these shots. Like you said, he's a seasoned veteran, and you know he's keeping the score low. He's keeping it at 2-0 and not potentially 5-0 I've looked at. Now, the Dukes also need to find a great way to break that puck out. I've seen them doing dump and chase. However, if there's three guys sitting next to each other, that dump and chase isn't going to work because they're all being defended by one guy, and there's just no way for you to get around one person, especially if you're all bundled up. So that's just one thing that they probably need to work on, probably something that the coach will definitely mention in the locker room. However, the Hokies are just playing a great game. You know, they have this momentum, they have this energy, and they're definitely going through, you know, senior night and going through the motions. So hopefully they make this a great game for the rest of the remaining 40 minutes of play.
Well, we'll head into the first intermission. We'll be hearing from Grant Gustafson and Dean Surgeon along with Phoebe Winters in just a moment. Join us back here for the second. Virginia Tech and JMU 2-0.
End of the first period here at the lot. The Hokies are up 2-0. I'm joined by Dean Sargent and Grant Gustafson. Can you guys talk a little bit about that first period? First two goals scored by Teo Lanigan and Dom Fantozzi.
Yeah, Teo's goal was a great goal from the point. It was good to break the ice finally at the around 10-minute mark. I think now that we broke the ice, got a couple of goals in it, I think we're going to roll from here on out.
Tonight's a special night here at Lancerlot, senior night. You had some special people here for you tonight. Can you talk a little bit about what that support means to you?
It means the world, yeah. My family supports me so much, so to have them out here definitely makes me kick it into the second gear, so it's helping out a lot.
Dean, what has been the highlight of your career here at Virginia Tech?
I think my first goal, it was actually against JMU. It was special. I was on the ice with all the seniors, and it was nice. It was fun.
And Grant, if you could give one piece of advice to the next generation, what would it be?
Take it slow. Went by in a heartbeat. Feels like yesterday we were just out here for the first game, and yeah, we're here for our last, so it goes quick.
Well, congrats to you both on senior night, and fans, don't go anywhere. The second period is coming up here on Virginia Tech Hockey Network. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. What's up, Hokie fans? It's senior night here at Lancerlot. I'm joined by our senior netminders, Ian Key and Jack Sullivan. Ian, what are you looking forward to most about tonight?
I mean, just it's a regular hockey game. I'm just hoping, just have a good game and we get the win at the end of the day. So.
Jack, last game of the regular season in your career here at Tech, what has been your favorite moment?
I would say the guys. They've been like family the past 3 years I've been here. It's been awesome, so you're going to miss it.
You guys have a lot of support here tonight. Do you guys have family in the stands for you tonight?
I do, yeah. I have both my mom and my dad and my girlfriend are here too.
What about you, Jack?
Same with me, mom, dad, and girlfriend, so let's do it.
What do you guys have to say to the team going forward next year?
Going forward, just trusting each other, boys. All you got at the end of the day is each other. And, this is a great group of guys. And next year is going to be a great group of guys too, so.
I would say keep building and cherish the moment.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Virginia Tech Hockey Network. I'm Jordan Parham here with Eli Brinson, our soon-to-be new announcer as me and Chris leave next year. Eli, tell me a bit about yourself and what do you like so far about your first game out here?
Oh, it's great to be here, man. Just watching the Hokies just absolutely level the Dukes. It's great. I'm so excited to be part of the team. I'm excited to call some big goals, big saves, and some big games.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How long have you been a hockey fan for, and who's your team?
Oh, dude. My whole life, pretty much. And I rep Philly all the way. Go Birds in the Super Bowl, of course, but I'm a big Flyers fan.
Okay, all right. I thought you were gonna say the other Birds.
Nah, man, go Birds.
Go to say, because I'm a Caps fan.
Oh, that's rough. That's rough, buddy. That's rough.
rough. We're best right now. We're best in the whole league.
Yeah.
Where are your Flyers at?
Not that great. I'll tell you what. Watching Ovechkin play though. In Washington with the Capitals, that it's such an honor to be able to be alive in this generation and watch such greatness. And they're a good team to watch.
100%. To this day, I remember the first hockey game I ever watched because my mom's just a big sports fan in general. And I'm looking at the screen, and I'm in the second grade, so of course reading comprehension skills aren't that great. So I look at the back of his jersey, and I'm like, Oberchekin? And then I tell my mom's like, Is his name Oberchekin? She was like, close, Ovechkin. So I'm like, wow. Oh, okay. So to that day, that name has never left the back of my head, and I don't think it ever will.
Oh, for good reason. He's such an amazing player. Like, he broke his leg 40 days later, and he's back.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
I don't even know how that's possible.
Yep.
So what do you notice from almost at the Caps? What do you notice from the Hokies and Dukes right now?
I'm loving the way the Hokies are playing. Their forecheck is amazing. Obviously, their power play, they scored off that earlier. They're doing well. The Dukes, I'd like to see them forecheck, of course, get through the neutral zone, maybe some more offense there.
Definitely. I know last period I definitely said that the Dukes need to spread out a bit more.
They do. They're playing too close.
They definitely, yeah. Especially going over the blue line. If you're going to dump and chase, you can't dump with two guys basically next to you. One of those guys have to be the chaser.
Yeah.
And if they're next to you all bunched up, then that means there is one person defending all three of you guys, and there's no way that both of you can get around that one person.
Yeah.
Especially if it's somebody like Kevin McAfee or even
all
Matt
7
Tulo.
all 7 feet of Kevin McAfee. Yeah. I'm glad you bring up the dump and chase because that's something the Hokies have done so well. They're so good at ringing it around and just getting to that puck, creating offense, creating shots, and ultimately goals.
And it's definitely like running dump and chase is the tricky part is knowing who's supposed to chase.
Yeah.
And so they've kind of just drilled it down to, hey, if we're on this line and Cam Kazai is dumping, we're going to have Gavin Peduzzi chasing or something like that.
Yeah.
Usually it's Kazai chasing. Kazai chasing, he's the fastest on the team so far.
Yeah, yeah. It's great to see such a player like Kazai in here, so young too. It's such great young talent with the Hokies here.
Definitely. I forget he's a sophomore sometimes. He's
Yeah.
on line with just Peduzzi and Garlock all the time. Those older guys, they definitely are shaping him, and he's going to be the next face of Virginia Tech hockey.
Yep.
So as we line up right now, Peduzzi takes the face off and wins, passes it back to McAfee. McAfee passes to Gustafson, and Gustafson gets it off the stick to Kazai. They're going to loop back in the defensive zone. McAfee's going to ring it up around the boards. It's going to get poked away from Peduzzi by JMU. Garlock takes it into the offensive zone, loses it on boards. They're going to dump it down. Ian Key is going to catch it and pass it off to Kevin McAfee. McAfee's going to pass up to Garlock on the side of the boards, and Garlock is going to dump. Peduzzi is going to chase. JMU rings it back around the boards, collects it, brings it over into the neutral zone. Shot is blocked by Gustafson. Shot attempt by Jackson Polowski missed wide right. Hokies are going to bring it back into their offensive zone. Polowski to Nelson. Nelson's going to dump it down into the corner where the Hokies are going to collect it back up. McAfee to Andrew. Chasing is Tulo. Tulo down in the corner. Passes up to Teo Lanigan. Lanigan fires too high. We have in the corner Austin Hearn. My mistake. That's Matt Tulo. Tulo's going to pass it back to Andrew. Andrew's then going to pass it up to Austin Hearn. Hearn is going to lose it. It's going to be recollected by Theo Lanigan into the neutral zone. Lanigan to Sullivan. Sullivan is going to dump it in. Lanigan. He's going to bring it around the corners. It's going to be collected by Zach Stewart. Zach Stewart's going to fire it away. His shot misses. And we're going to get an icing down in the Hokies offensive zone to the right of Ben Bottigerli.
And that's something that the Hokies are so good is hanging on to possession, keeping onto the puck, and just shooting. JMU, they need a breakout. They need to get out here, and they need to get some shots on goal.
Definitely. Couldn't have said it better. Taking the face-off, we're going to have Fantozzi and Brian Rafferty. Face-off's going to be won by Virginia Tech. Shot is going to go all the way up into the bleachers. It's going to be thrown away by Trevor Kellogg. It's going to be retrieved by JMU's goaltender. Shot by Max Moser, misses left. And they're going to get the rebound by number 23, Max Palladino. And this game is now 2-1.
That's a good goal there by JMU. Just waiting for the rebound, real patient with it, and just put it in the back of the net.
Definitely.
Let's see what the Hokies can come back with.
This is one thing that Ian Key definitely didn't want on his senior night. I know he wanted that shutout just the same way he wanted.
Big fat donut, yeah.
He definitely wanted that.
Back in my day playing lacrosse, when our goalies got shutouts, the coach would buy the team donuts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's something that the goalies look forward to, defense look forward to. It keeps them playing at their best ability.
Man,
Incentive like that.
My coach never bought us donuts.
I had a great coach. What can I say?
What was your go-to donut?
Homer Simpson donut. Strawberry frosting.
Strawberry frosting?
Sprinkles, baby. Yep.
Wow.
Nothing better.
That's so crazy. That just popped in my mind.
Yeah. Iconic image right there.
So as Gavin Peduzzi and Brady Swain take the face-off. Face-off's going to be won by Peduzzi.
The face-offs are really going the Hokies' way here. After in the first period only around 49%, I've noticed almost every face-off has gone to the Hokies so far.
Definitely. It's one of those things that I bet Coach Joey Mullen has the guys practice over and over again. You know, if you can win a face-off, you control the board.
Oh, for sure. Puck possession is key.
Peduzzi is going to take it into their offensive zone. He's going to let it shoot. Rebound is going to be kicked off. And now the puck is in the corner. Kazai, Brian Rice, and Peduzzi all fighting for it. It goes back to Kazai. Kazai up to Garlock. Brian Rice to McAfee. McAfee to Kazai. Kazai shots block. Gusterson gonna knock it into the boards, into Garlock. Garlock's gonna lose the puck, and it's gonna be chipped out by JMU. It's a foot race between McAfee and Eric Cipriano. We're gonna have a floor battle between the two. And I am surprised no penalty was called between the two of them. Kazai's gonna take the puck by himself. It's a one-on-one. Kazai now 1-on-0. He's gonna make the shot and saved by Ben Bottajiri.
Cam Kazai is one of those players you got to look out for, man. Insane, elite talent, and like I said earlier, such a young age. It's great to see the Hokies have such a young talent to drive this team for the next couple of years.
Definitely, and I favor him so much because I used to be that fast kid on the ice too.
Oh yeah.
Like it doesn't take it takes a lot to. It takes a lot to beat a guy one-on-one like that. I know me personally, I wouldn't do it. I would just simply take the guy one-on-one and maybe use him as my advantage.
Wow, what a shot there.
While I was running my mouth, we have a shot made. This is going to be number 22, Max Sullivan. He's going to have his first of the night.
The Hokies are so good from the point. It's something they run their power play off of, just from the blue line, those shots. When you have guys like Kevin McAfee, and then just those defensemen, that just the shot is great.
Just a beautiful shot alone, too. I know you heard that top shelf marker, that bar down go in.
Little top shed action.
Face-off is won by JMU. Going to be taken to the Hokies offensive zone. We're going to have Austin Hearn, the puck carrier, going to pass it to Lanigan. Lanigan goes back to Sullivan. Sullivan's going to ring it down to the corner. It goes to Andrew. Andrew's going to chip it up. Puck thrown in by Tulo. And JMU takes it out and brings it into the offensive zone. Ian Key wants an icing. He's not going to get one. Max Sullivan's going to pass up to Hearn. It's going to be intercepted by number 23, Max Palladino. JMU is going to reset in their defensive zone. It looks like there's going to be offsides called. My mistake, a delayed penalty on Matt Tulo. He's going to serve 2 minutes in the box, and JMU is going to be on a power play.
Now it's time to see the Hokies penalty kill here. It's first penalty kill all night, and let's see how well they do.
This is one team that definitely does their power kills correctly. All they do is just get the puck out of the zone, and they reset each time. They're not going to be able to get some fresh legs on too early, especially since on the side of the ice that they're on. However, normally they can usually get a change in pretty quick. They're going to have Peduzzi skating up the middle. Peduzzi's going to pass to Kazai. Kazai is going to try to feed Peduzzi, but it's blocked off. Hokies are going to reset. It's Brian Rice. Rice is going to try to pass to Kazai. Kazai rings it back around. The pass is intercepted by JMU. Kazai is able to get it back. Pass to Kaduzzi. Kaduzzi puts it on the other side of the net. No goal. And it is going to be swallowed up by Bodiger.
Yeah, that's a great way to start this penalty kill. Keep it in their zone, keep shots to a minimum, and yeah.
Now, most coaches I know mine would always say, don't worry about playing offense on the power kill.
Oh, yeah.
However, if you have the chance, you know, one man down
Why
isn't
not?
necessarily going to stop you all that much.
Oh, yeah.
Puck is going to be taken in by Tyler Wise. Tyler Wise on the left side is going to ring it around the back of the boards. It's going to be caught by Brady Swain. Brady Swain's going to go up to Eric Curpiano. Pass is going to be intercepted by McAfee, and he's going to try to ring it out, and he just barely makes it. Puck is going to be grabbed by Dean Hearn. Shot is going to be made by Ethan Garlock, but it's going to be blocked and rebounded off. Hearn is going to reset. He's going to pass it back to Stewart. My mistake, not Stewart. Max Sullivan.
I'm loving the way the Hokies are controlling this JMU power play. Their penalty kill is so elite, and watching it live is such an honor.
Definitely, even a man down, they're still playing as if they're still even strength.
Oh, yeah.
Peduzzi is going to poke one away. My mistake, again, Max Sullivan. We're going to have Fantozzi, a 1-on-0. His shot is going to be blocked by the left blocker, Bottinger, as he also slides into the net. Play is going to be marked dead by the net sliding off, and the refs are going to have to put it back. Great use of his physical strength in his body, though, just to drag that one side, the one side of the net off.
Oh, yeah.
You don't see plays like that too often. And it looks like we're going to have a JMU penalty on Tyler Wise. So we're going to have 4-on-4, back to technically even strength. But
Love a little 4-on-4 action. It's not something that you see practiced much, but I know the Hokies, they work hard on everything. So let's see what Joey Mullen has them doing here.
definitely. Like you say, they have him practice everything. And it looks like Joey Mullen's going to call a timeout, it seems. Eli, what are your thoughts so far as we come to almost the halfway mark of the period?
I like the way the Hokies are playing still. Yes, they've given one up this period, but JMU, they've been shooting, so it was bound to happen. I'd like to see better forecheck. I'd like to see us taking some more shots, and obviously that penalty has hurt us a little bit. Penalty shot coming in.
We're going to have a shootout from Fantozzi as he knocks one in top shelf. Shoots from the face-off circle on the left side. Now, I did not catch why why Fantozzi was awarded a shootout, or why he was awarded that free shot. I would assume it would be because Tyler Wise tripped up Peduzzi as he was coming up to the net, and that shot, he could have had a valid shot opportunity had he had not fallen.
I was about to say, it's likely there was a one-on-one with the goalie, and he was tripped up, of course, yeah.
I did not hear the announcers the announcer's sentence. Face-off is going to be taken by Peduzzi. It's going to be won by JMU. JMU is going to knock it into the Hokies offensive zone. Ian Key is going to wrap around and collect it at the net. Brian Rice is going to take it and pass it up to Cam Kazai. Kazai is going to pass it over to Garlock. Garlock back to Kazai. Kazai to Peduzzi. Peduzzi's shot blocked. Peduzzi's going to recollect it below the net. And his pass up, his attempt to center is going to get taken away by JMU. Pass is going to be dumped by Jacob Moore from JMU. It's going to be recollected by the Hokies. A pass up to Kazai. Kazai to Garlock. Garlock top shelf.
Bar
he
down.
scores.
Whoa. What a beauty of a goal.
Now, folks, we are sorry about our camera feed. Our battery just died. We're replacing it right now, so momentarily we were right back up. But Ethan Garlock with a wonderful catch and receive and shot into the goal.
Oh, Jordan, I'll tell you who's happy right now. Assistant coach Colin Milford. He was with JMU last season, and now he's entering his first-year assistant coach for the Hokies. I wonder how he feels right now, 5-1 against his former team.
Well, I can tell you for sure, it is always great to be on a winning team.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what it is, you know.
Yep.
It sometimes it stinks. You gotta leave people to make yourself better. But you know, I like to say it's the LeBron James situation. You can always come back and make a championship once you've been more developed.
What a good man LeBron James is.
Sometimes. Face-off is going to be won by JMU. They're going to get a quick shot by number 73, Keldon Mowry, into Ethan Key. He's going to be swallowed up in the middle, and we're going to have another face-off to the left. Sorry, to the right of Ethan Key. What a wonderful person LeBron James is.
Yeah.
Wrong sport, but.
Yeah. Love bringing him up regardless.
Lowry's going to take a shot. It's going to miss wide, and the Hokies are going to recollect the puck. And they're going to take it and shoot it all the way down. It's going to be swallowed up by Bottinger, and we're going to have another face-off to his right.
I'll tell you one thing I noticed while in the locker room earlier for the Hokies. Written on their board, they have no breakaways, and it's underlined. I have not seen any breakaway from JMU all night. I think the Hokies, their defense is playing amazing. They're trapping it in the neutral zone, and they're not getting those scary breakaway matchups on McKee, which great work by the Hokies.
Face-off won by the Hokies. Puck is going to be laid into the corner where it's going to be collected by Marshall Campbell. Marshall Campbell's going to loop it around the other side, and JMU is going to intercept that pass. Rush Higginbottom is going to dump it into the corner. He's also going to collect his dump. It's going to be centered back up for Tyler Wise. Tyler Wise is going to dump it behind the neck. Higginbottom is going to go chase it again. Rocco Samoma down into the corner.
Love hearing the crowd here in Lancer Lott Arena.
McAfee is going to chip it into the neutral zone. It's going to be collected back up by Rocco Samoma of JMU. He's going to shoot it over to the side. It's going to be swept up by Gustafson. Gustafson is going to try to dump so he can get a change in. It's going to be swept up by Tyler Wise again. Tyler Wise, the puck carrier, walks in too soon. It's going to be called offsides on number 21, Eric Chirpiano, as he tries to chirp with the refs about why it was not onside. However, not to be biased, but I'm going to agree that he was way over the line.
He was a little offside there, yeah. And it's like I said earlier, the Dukes, they need to do a better job breaking into the zone and getting those matchups against McKee here.
Like that face-off is going to be redone. There's movement on the line. As we know in the ACHL, no one can move until the puck is dropped. It's going to be won by the Hokies. Teo Lanigan is going to try to dump and chase. It's going to be collected by Veneri down in the corner. Veneri still on his feet. Just barely loses the puck. It's going to be a fight with Veneri and Camden Globitz. The puck is going to be loose. It's going to be swept up by Brady Swain of JMU. Brady Swain is going to center it. to number 21, Eric Turpiano. Turpiano's going to fire it back to 39, Evan Gold. And Evan Gold is going to try to dump it into their offensive zone. Unfortunately, he's on the other side of the red line, meaning that there is an icing. Puck is going to rejoin play down in the Hokies offensive zone.
I like this. This is fresh legs for the Hokies, fresh line. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something big here.
Don't jinx us right now. We're going to have a face-off between Austin Hearn and number 89 of JMU, Michael Pellicota. My mistake. Face-off won by Hokies. Brian Rice is going to dump it behind the net. Puck is going to be intercepted by Evan Gould. Michael Pellicota, puck carrier, is going to pass it up to Brady Swain. Brady Swain is going to get across the blue line and dump it into the corner. It's a fight between Brian Rice and Michael Pellicota. Brian Rice up to Tulo. Tulo to Hearn. Hearn is going to get it snatched by Brady Swain. Brady Swain's going to fire. He's going to get his shot blocked. Brady Swain back to Pellicota. And we're going to have a potential penalty. It looks like it's going to be on the Hokies.
I saw number 11, Matt Tulo, go in there. It seems like he maybe possibly collided or fell into the ref maybe. I saw them both on the ice getting back up.
I don't think they'll call it since it's just they're not, there's no aggressor in the play.
Yeah,
so
no.
It's just an honest mistake. Puck is going to be redropped to the left of Ian Key. We're going to have Paduzzi and number 88, Max Moser. Puck won by JMU. Fired by Lowry. Shot blocked. And the Hokies almost regained the puck. It goes back to JMU. They're going to reset in their defensive zone. Puck is up to number 91, Ben Tipton. Tipton's almost across the blue line, not yet. He's going to throw it back to Max Moser. Max Moser's going to dump it. Gustafson down in the corner, almost gets it. Gets tripped up by Ben Tipton again. Cam Kazai doing work towards the end of the blue line, almost getting it out and almost having a one-on-one. We're going to have Gustafson with a two-on-one right now. Feeds it to Kazai. Kazai shot does not make it. We're going to have Lowry from JMU. Shoots it up, collected by McAfee. His shot gone. We're going to have JMU. Looks like Lowry's going to shoot it all the way down towards their offensive zone, and we're going to have an icing.
I'm really liking this play by the Hokies. They're getting in the offensive zone, and they are digging their claws, and they are staying. They're entrenching themselves. Once they are in the zone, it is hard for them. It's hard for JMU to get them out. We noticed time and time again this dump and chase method has been collected time and time again by the Hokies. JMU really needs to get them out of their zone here because, like I said, the Hokies, they're digging their trenches, they're digging in, and they're here to stay.
Plus, the more you play on defense, the tired you get.
Oh, yeah.
So the Hokies are fresh basically every time they're getting on the ice.
It's nice that their bench is located closer here to their offensive side, so they get fresh legs easier on the offense, yeah.
That's definitely the benefit of being in the second period is you always get your fresh legs changes like that pretty quick. We're also going to have a penalty on JMU. That's Max Moser, number 88 in the bench. So we're going to be on a Hokies power play brought to you by Grand Home Furnishing. Face-off won by the Hokies. It's going to go back to Teo Lanigan. Teo's going to take it slow. He's going to pass it up to Andrew. Andrew's going to pass it back to Teo Lanigan. Lanigan's going to pass it to Sullivan. Sullivan back to Lanigan. Lanigan, his shot blocked. And JMU will clear it.
As you notice, the Hokie power play, it's point driven. You've got one player behind the net, two on the wing, one there in the middle, and it's unstoppable, the Hokie power play.
And that's what you need when you have that extra player. You can't be too bunched up together. Granted, you have both players standing too close to each other. That basically you might as well have a 4-on-4 at that point.
You were saying that earlier, and that's something that JMU is doing a lot, and maybe that's why the score is reflecting the way it is.
Sullivan in the corner. Passes it to Tulo behind the net. Tulo's going to go back to the top point spot to Sullivan. Lanigan's going to let it rip. His shot blocked. And JMU's going to clear it. However, Lanigan gets a stick on it, and it doesn't go all the way down. They're going to regroup. Sullivan across the blue line. Sullivan, his shot blocked. Ethan Garlock's going to collect it in center ice. He's going to bring it back across the blue line. We're going to have Hearn back to Garlock. Garlock in the corner. Garlock's going to pass it up to Hearn. Hearn's going to go to Kazai. Kazai's going to bank pass it back to Hearn. Kazai loses his footing, and it has to go back, and they have to reset. We're going to have a shot from Eric Tripiano. His shot going to miss. Fantozzi's going to recollect the puck. Garlock. His shot blocked by Lowry.
Dukes back at full strength.
The Dukes are back at full strength.
I still think that was a success there for the Hokie power play. Obviously, a goal would have been nice, but just to keep it in JMU's zone there and just to keep wearing away at their goalie. Good work with the Hokies.
As Kazai is still trying to get his footing on that puck. Unfortunately, he's not able to keep it. It goes back down into the Hokies' defensive zone. Kazai's going to pass it back to Paduzzi. Paduzzi up to Marshall Campbell. Campbell's going to take it across the blue line. Campbell's going to try to bring it up. Campbell's shot blocked. Rebound by Zach Stewart. His shot blocked. Hokies still have the puck. Stewart to Campbell. Campbell's being pressured in the corner. Stewart tries to come and help him. There's 3 JMU players, 2 Hokies. Behind the net, Campbell will pass to McAfee. McAfee, his shot, wide left. He's going to loop around. Trevor Kellogg, he's going to pass it back to Globitz. Now we go to the other corner. Heavy check by Globitz onto Keldon Mallory. Now we're behind the net. This has become the Globitz and Stewart show. And unfortunately, we're going to get called an offsides on Trevor Kellogg as he takes a shot to the net. His shot goes in, but after the ref's whistle, this game could have been 6-1 with 3:28 left in the second period.
Game of inches, Jordan. Game of inches. I could barely even tell if that was offsides from up here, and when we got such a great view of the game. Great sightline by the referees there.
Face-off is going to be run by Hearn. Hearn is going to go back to Sullivan. Sullivan's going to pass it to Lanigan. Lanigan's going to reset. He's going to try to aim at Andrew. Andrew's going to chip it into the offensive zone. Unfortunately, dump and chase did not work that time as JMU has recovered the puck. Lanigan's going to get that puck. He's going to fire. It's going to be too high. And JMU will start there. And JMU now will start crossing over into the blue line. You have Higginbottom behind the net. Tries to drop past it, but there's nobody behind him. It's taken up by Hearn. And Hokies are gonna pull it across the blue line. Hearn is gonna try to skate it through himself into their offensive zone. Unfortunately, it's tripped up by JMU, and we're gonna see another Grand Home Furnishing power play. 2:34 left in the second period. Hokies up 4 as the score is 5-1. Penalty is going to be on number 55, Spencer Hawkinsmith.
Let's see if the Hokies can capitalize on the power play. Let's see what they can do here. I know that they're probably kicking themselves for not getting that last one. Let's see if they can come back and get another goal here.
My friend and classmate Dom Fantozzi is going to take the face-off. Puck is swept up, let's see, by Garlock. Garlock being pressured in the corner, still has possession, passes it to Kazai. Kazai goes to Rice. Rice is going to go back to Kazai. Now back to Rice. Rice is going to shoot. His shot too high. Hokies are going to reset. Garlock to Fantozzi. Fantozzi's his shot goes wide. Peduzzi's going to pick it up by the blue line. He's going to pass it back to Kazai. Kazai to Peduzzi. Peduzzi, his shot blocked in traffic. That's going to be number 53. Sorry, number 43. E.J. Nelson, he's going to shoot that all the way back into the Hokies defensive zone, and they're going to try again. Peduzzi skating with speed over the blue line. Looking, taking it behind the net. Fantozzi, his shot, too high. It's going to be up by Rice. Rice to Peduzzi. Peduzzi to Kazai. Kazai, his shot, blocked, rebounded. Kazai gets it back. Kazai to Fantozzi. Fantozzi to Brian Rice. Brian Rice, his shot deflected. Peduzzi keeps it in. Kazai back behind the net to Garlock. Couldn't center. It goes back to Garlock, then to Kazai. Peduzzi doesn't shoot. Passes it to Kazai. Kazai to Peduzzi. His shot blocked by Brian Swain, and they're going to shoot it all the way down. Hokies might get one more chance at this power play as Ian Key leads it off for Brian Rice. Hearn is going to take it himself. Passes it off to Lanigan. Lanigan battling in a neutral zone. Lanigan gets a screen from Stewart.
James Madison back at full strength.
James Madison back at full strength as Hearn tries to center it. No one home. JMU swept up again. But Michael Pelicata tries to take it into the neutral zone. He loses it. Goes back to Stewart. Stewart's going to knock it all the way down behind the net, and we're going to get a icing on the Hokies. We're going to have a face-off in Ian Key's neighborhood with 16.2 left in the second period.
That's a good win there by JMU's penalty kill. The Hokie power play revolves around the point. You see, they're taking shots from the blue line. They're looking for those rebounds. They're looking for those deflection goals, and they're looking for those tip-ins.
Face-off won by JMU. 10 seconds left. Tyler Wise in the corner. Swept up by Hearn, and the JMU Dukes are not able to get a shot off. Is the end of the second period. Score is 5-1 in favor of the Virginia Tech Hokies. Eli, your thoughts on this period?
Great period by the Hokies. Obviously, they broke out scoring, getting 3 more goals here. Obviously, JMU got a goal as well, so that's great for them. But what I want to see is more shots from JMU. The Hokies are out shooting JMU. They're breaking into the zone where JMU isn't. Like I said earlier, Tech isn't letting up any breakaways. They're not letting the JMU Dukes walk into this past the blue line into their zone. Every entrance into the Hokies' defensive zone has been hard fought by the Dukes. The defensive line and what we have in the neutral zone trap for the Hokies is amazing.
Let me tell you, the Hokies are definitely earning this 5-1 score right now. And you know, one thing I want to see Dom Fantozzi get a hat trick.
I was
I
about
want
to
to see
say,
him
I
get a
want
hat trick on senior night.
I want to see some seniors. I want to see some seniors goals. I want to see some big senior saves, and more importantly, I want to see a big senior win. It'd be great for a guy like Big Dom to get a hat trick like that. That'd be wonderful.
Especially, exactly. Well, this might be my last time on the broadcast for this season. I think we're passing it off to Chris and Kyle next. But Eli, I'm leaving my color position in your hands, and I hope you run and take with it and take every position you are. You're a freshman, correct?
Yeah.
So you have the next 3 years of school down here to protect this, critique this broadcast, and do what you want with it. I'm so thankful to Chris Pierce for choosing my application to be part of his broadcast crew, and I'm thankful to Kyle for always pitching it to me and asking me my advice and everything, and the rest of the broadcast and behind the ice, off ice staff for whatever they've done to help the team, just live and thrive this season. So I know I'm rambling a little bit, and everybody's kind of staring at me to go to commercials, but thank you all for tuning in. We have the third period coming after this.
End of the second period here at the lot. Hokies are up 5-1. I'm joined by Kevin McAfee and Matt Vanieri. Guys, the scoring has really ramped up in this period. What was the conversation like in the locker room coming out for the second period?
Just come out, high energy, get some more shots, and get some more goals.
Yeah, I mean, we were creating the plays, just couldn't finish on them. So, went back to the whiteboard a little bit, couple words of encouragement, and found new ways to deliver. So that's what happened. Yeah.
So obviously tonight is a very special night for both of you. Matt, I heard you are the designated aux man. Can you give us a little taste of your curated playlist for the hockey team?
Right, yeah, so we bounced in between SoundCloud mixes, those are pretty big hit, drum and bass, like new hip-hop rap. I try to sprinkle in creative stuff too, like Daft Punk or like Zeppelin, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm definitely the MC of the locker room, which is good.
How did you get that role?
I self-appointed myself, and nobody dared to try me, so.
Kevin, what has been your favorite moment from your career here at Virginia Tech?
I don't know. I think playing in West Virginia in front of my family from home in Pittsburgh, they all got to come down to that, and I scored a few goals doing it, so that was probably my favorite.
You guys both have some family in the audience here. Can you talk a little bit about what that support means to you guys?
Yeah, it's great. So, right, my father and my brother were able to make it all the way from New Hampshire, which is about a 13-hour car ride. So, yeah, it definitely means a lot. I mean, they've been sort of the pinnacle of my support system, especially my father being a former hockey player himself. So, it's really good to just have them here and witness the last arc of my circle. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's just awesome. Luckily, my family's been able to come to most of the games, and having my mom, my dad, and my sister here has been awesome. So, yeah.
Well, thank you guys. Before you go, if you could describe Virginia Tech hockey in one word, what would it be?
Family.
Yeah, family's pretty good. I like it.
Thank you, guys. Don't go anywhere. The third period is coming up here on the Virginia Tech Hockey Network. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Come out firing, come out flying. You gotta get on these guys early. Let them know who's in charge of the game and execute.
5 players that have now over 30 points on your team already halfway through the season.
You set the standard. You don't wait on anybody else. All gas, no brakes.
Virginia Tech has never won 8 in a row in program history. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, and the Hokies will walk out of New Jersey on a 7-game win streak. So let's talk kind of about Madison for them. 17-3 this weekend.
Kazai driving in. They score! The Bronx fall 10-3 to the Virginia Tech Hokies.
He's shooting, he scores! Dynamic duo strikes again. And it goes in!
Taken out. That one fired and they scored.
This shot score! Dave Mike Cook plays the
Guy on the wraparound. And he scores!
5 months ago, on September 13th, 2024, the Virginia Tech Hokies began a season that no one expected to happen. 26 games later, and a bunch of historic marks reached, we reached the final period of the 2024-2025 season. Welcome back to the Virginia Tech Hockey Network. My name is Chris Pierce, joined alongside Kyle Bean for the final period of the regular season. Kyle, it's been an honor to call all of these games with you, but it's the last one, the last period of the last game of the regular season. Kyle, your thoughts so far?
It has been such a fun season. Chris, from the entire off-ice and on-ice staff, I gotta say, we can't thank you enough for everything you've done for this program. It's been a great ride. You've really taken us to new heights, and we're glad to see what you do next.
Well, the final period starts with a Cam Kazai wrist shot save there by Ben Badaglieri, as the JMU Dukes will head up on the near side. Palladino stripped away by Peduzzi. 5-1 is the score. Hokies tacking on 3 in the second period, courtesy of Don Fantozzi's second goal of the game, along with goals by Ethan Garlock and Max Sullivan. Gavin Peduzzi, the captain, will take it up. Hill's wrist shot. That one over the net. And ahead now come the Dukes. It's Brady Swain. Swain's wrist shot. That one blocked by Grant Gustafson, starting in his final game for the Hokies. 8 seniors being honored tonight for the Hokies. Gustafson, Perduzzi, Ian Key, Matt Vanieri, Dean Sargent, and Jack Sullivan. Ewan Andrew, the sophomore, battles it in the corner. Austin Hearn will have it pushed away. Keeps it. Fires. Save by Buglieri. Rebound covered up. And we'll have her save.
Man, the JMU defense started off so hot in this game, but the Hokies offense just battling it in there. It's been tough for Buglieri to keep up with just the sheer out shooting. Hokies almost double the amount of shots on goal.
Yeah, more of the custom we've used to seeing from this Hokie squad. As we've seen earlier in the parts of the season, they kind of fell off in these past couple of weeks with matchups against UNC Wilmington, and North Carolina State last weekend. But they seem to be back on track in their scoring ways, scoring so far 5 here with 2 minutes gone in the third period. Austin Hearn able to keep it in the zone. He'll get shoved down, though. Ewan Andrew there first to retrieve it for the Hokies. He'll get pinned up against the boards. Tulo there to follow right behind. Tulo gives it to Hearn, who tries to make a move against the defense. Tries to center in front. Good defense there. Wrist shot saved by Buglieri. And we'll have another whistle. Shot there from Max Sullivan, who has a goal tonight.
I love what Hearn did there. Just trying to slash into the zone, get there right up in front of the goal, and then kick it out for his teammate. A good inside to outside for the Hokies. Gave him a great shot opportunity.
Don Fantozzi, hat trick watch, 2 goals tonight. That faceoff goes over Drew Tuckeray's head. Opportunity now for the Dukes. Good defense there by Brian Rice, who's been stout all season for the Hokies in his freshman season. Gold keeps it in. He'll skate with it. He'll dump it in. First one there is Rice. He'll be met there by Gold. Gold with it. Looking for his options. Pressured there by Rice. Pinned up against the boards. Marshall Campbell tries to get it to a streaking Zach Stewart. He's got down Fantozzi with him. Stewart to Fantozzi. He shoots and he scores! Hat trick for Dominic Fantozzi. And my hat went on the ice.
First time this season, Chris. Nice throw.
It worked. Senior night. Third time is worth the charm. Dom Fantozzi, his second hat trick of his career. He had one earlier this season against Wake Forest. A night for the senior from Philadelphia. Hokies up 6-1.
Look at that Fantozzi jersey right there along the boards.
That's his pops.
Supporting here on senior night.
I believe his mom also had one of his, high school jerseys. Again, it's senior night. What a special night for the senior from Philadelphia. Stewart was the one who started it all. Slides it over to Fantozzi. Collects a hat trick. 6-1 is the score. Icing on the play as we return. 6:55 remaining here in the third. Hokies will take all they can get in this one because they got a really good test next week against the Rider Broncs, who they swept in the regular season up in Lawrenceville. We were there for that game. That 10-1 win on Friday, followed by the 5-4 win on Saturday evening. These two teams will match up next Friday at Winston-Salem for the first round of the playoffs at 3 o'clock. Hokies the 3 seed, Rider the 6 seed, as Garlock tries to give it to Kazai. Go good read there by the Dukes. Stretch pass, bouncing. Able to chase after is Jacob Moore. He'll be met there by the senior Kevin McAfee from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. McAfee able to be cleared all the way down by Grant Gustafson. We'll have an icing or a whistle, in fact, is Buglieri covers it up, but I think they'll mark it as an icing.
The Hokies offense so far tonight has just been overpowering. I think Bottiglieri's had a pretty good game in the goal so far, but when you've got well over 30 shots on the goal, at some point the sheer numbers are just going to catch up to you.
Yeah, I mean, and Bottiglieri has himself a pretty good resume. A senior, he was the ACCHL goaltender of the year last season. So he's got the resume to back up his performance. It's just the Hokies and their high-scoring offense have returned to the ice tonight against the Dukes in a much-needed game for the Hokies offense. Paduzzi played in his 100th game last Saturday against North Carolina State, inching closer to the 200-point mark. Currently sits at 197 entering this game. Andrew keeps it in. He'll swing it around, though read there by Moore. Paduzzi off of his stick, leaves it for Ewan Andrew. Ewan Andrew tries to chip it off to Tulo on the far side. Tulo will send that one behind the net. Teo Lanigan, the first one there. Lanigan, his shot towards the slot. No one home. Tulo, Sullivan. Max Sullivan wrist shots that one to the near side corner. Taken by Wise. Wise to the near side. Moore. He'll backhand that one to clear. A little less than 5 minutes gone here in the last period. Turnover in the offensive end. Centering pass, shooting it, saved by Key. Andrew steps into it, leaves it for Hearn. Hearn tries to center for Tulo, his shot, saved by Bottiglieri. Gold, pressure there, centering for Tulo, his shot, scores! The feed from Hearn to Tulo, and the Hokies are rolling here in Vinton.
The Dukes just crashed a bit too hard into the corner. Everyone went after the puck, and when it finally popped out, no one was there to cover Tulo. The one-on-one with the goalie. That's a tough shot for Bottiglieri to get back into center and recover for. Matt Tulo just rips it up top.
Well, an exciting story now developing for the Hokies. Ian Key is out, and Jack Sullivan, the senior from Vienna, Virginia, steps into the net for the first time this season. Special moment. He's a great team player. Coaches, players can't say enough about him. Jack Sullivan in the net for the Hokies. Rice. He'll leave it for Dom Fantozzi. Big hit delivered by Rice. That one off the stick of Stewart. Dukes able to take it. Pinches it. Fantozzi to the near side. Cross ice to Kellogg. Kellogg off the stick of Stewart. No icing. Bottiglieri's brushes that one away. Gold on the near side. Kept in by Rice. He's met there, but sandwiched between two JMU Dukes. Hawkinsmith loses his stick. Puck bounces in the air. Hawkinsmith leaves it. Dumped in. Palladino. He'll stop, met there by Kellogg. Fantozzi playing a little defense. We'll give it over to Rice. Rice flips it out of the zone. Gives it over. Hawkinsmith tries to make a move around Zach Stewart. Retains it. Over now to Higginbotham. Big hit there, and there's going to be a penalty coming up on the Hokies. It's like Camden Globit's collision with Higginbotham. As Jack Sullivan gets a round of applause for entering the net. Great crowd here on hand, Kyle. I got to say, it's probably the biggest crowd we've had so far this season.
Yes, it is. Everyone is out here to see these seniors play their heart out for the last time in the regular season. And going back to that hit there, I love the sportsmanship. Globitz and the JMU player just knocking helmets there, giving each other a pat on the back. It was clear that that wasn't a shot that he meant to give, just trying to get back up and happened to take him out.
Yeah. It was a clear hit. It was offsides on the Dukes. As McAfee is that saved there by Sully. Again, this competitive goaltender room. As that pass from Surgeon intended for Matt Vanieri just a little too weak and able to be read by the Dukes. Yeah, I realized the whole entire men's lacrosse team is out here tonight supporting the Hokies. Those two teams obviously having a strong bond off the ice. Nice to see the two teams supporting each other. Head now. Borman. He'll lay it into the zone. Globitz will send it around behind the net, on the net, and we'll have a whistle. 12:28 remaining here in the final period of the regular season. 7-1 is the score. 2 goals scored by the Hokies this period. 3 in the second, 2 in the first. And what is turning out to be an exciting regular season finale. Hokies started their season with a 3-2 loss at home against North Carolina State. Bounced back a night later against these Dukes, 8-4 win. Kazai leaves it for Paduzzi. Paduzzi and Kazai. Paduzzi's shot, that one deflected off the stick and out of play. And we'll have a whistle.
Virginia Tech just pushing the pace once again. A good rip on that left side from Paduzzi, but Badaglieri once again doing his best there in the goal, just knocking away some tough shots.
And you gotta say, you kind of shocked that Paduzzi doesn't have a goal tonight, considering the Hokies have scored 7, or Kazai, in the matter of the fact. It's been these depth guys, especially Don Fantozzi, as we mentioned, with the hat trick, who's been stepping up for the Hokies tonight. As Paduzzi to Kazai. Kazai tries to feed it in between the legs of Badaglieri. Good defense there by Gold to break it up. That wrist shot there by Garlock was deflected. Paduzzi backhanded, centering. For Lanigan, he whiffs on the shot. Here come the Dukes. It's Murray. Murray tries to work his way around Max Sullivan. Good defense there by this freshman from Cary, North Carolina. Lanigan. He'll pat that one off the boards. Cam Kazai. He'll just wrist it and clear it. Paduzzi. Again off the boards. He'll chase it behind the net. Around Badaglieri. Hokies go for an offensive change. Centering. No one home as Ewan Andrew was trying to charge towards the front of the net. Brian Rice. Able to clear it. Austin Hearn. Hearn enters wide to the left. Leaves it for Tulo. Tulo centering past Andrew, who's being chased by Palladino. Tulo. Hearn there to help him out. Pickpocketed. Tulo. Hearn. Hearn to Tulo. Tulo, that one skipped off of his stick. He was charging towards the front of the net from behind. Rice, his wrist shot. That one deflected off the skate. Behind the net. Tulo feeds it in front to the stick of Palladino. Palladino ahead now to Klein. Klein dumps it in. Drew Tokray there for the Hokies. Tokray kicks it to himself. Able to clear it too far off the stick of Tulo. And the Dukes will calm things down. Stretch pass, that one off the stick of Moore. Moore will take it into the Hokie zone. Battle on the near side. Gustafson sandwiched. Puck still loose. Bunch of skates there, banging it against the wall. With the play. Freeze up. Moser. That shot blocked. Looks like we're going to have a penalty coming up, and it's going to be Matt Tulo heading to the penalty box for the second time tonight.
Just a lot of commotion right up there in front of the net. Tulo gets the whistle. A 2-minute power play for the Dukes. They really need this one to get back into the game.
Slashing call against Tulo, so he'll join the box for the second time tonight. As the Hokies, the last time JMU was on the power play, they scored that shorthanded goal by Don Fantozzi. Is that shot there deflected and over Sully? It was on that penalty shot from Don Fantozzi, his second of the night. Zach Stewart, he'll stop in his tracks. He had Don Fantozzi waiting in the slot. He'll just carry it and throw it into the zone to waste some time off the clock. 9:30 remaining here in the final period of play. 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining on the power play for the Dukes.
That was great work from Zach Stewart. Just getting into the offensive zone, killing off a few seconds. That's crucial.
3-on-1. There's that shot saved there by Sully off the stick of Swain. Getting love from his teammates behind the net. Shot there, blocked by McAfee. The rebound shot, that one deflected high and off the netting for a whistle.
Man, Sullivan is taking some shots in the goal. You don't see that too often. Swain just tearing up into him, somehow able to recover and track the puck.
Again, the Hokies have 4 goalies on their depth chart. They have Ian Key, of course, who started tonight. Tucker Forrest, who usually is their Game 2 starter, as well as Shane Cook, who we've seen a couple of times, and Jack Sullivan. This goaltender room is deep, and Sullivan shows you exactly why with a key few saves. Still on the penalty kill, Cam Kazai, always lurking around the puck, leads the nation in shorthanded goals. Guaranteed the Hokies are going to have 1 or 2 opportunities, you would think, on the shorthanded chance to score. They had it last time with Don Fantozzi. Gold leaves it for Palladino. Palladino, he loses it. Lanigan unable to clear. Tries to charge the puck and try it again. Unable to do so. Gold will take it down deep. Pressure there by Paduzzi. Pinned. Paduzzi unable to clear. Palladino to the point. Shot there. Saved by Sully. Lanigan still unable to clear. Lowry. Palladino. Back to Lowry. His slap shot. Saved there by Sullivan. Rebound. Unable to be shot upon. Puck still loose in front of the net. Cam Kazai collects it. Kazai pushing ahead. 9 seconds remaining on the power play. Kazai tries to make a move around Lowry. Stays with it. It was a 4-on-1. Kazai able to clear enough time for Tulo to come out of the box and immediately go after the puck. As shot in there. Saved by Sully off the glass behind the net. Tulo gloves it down. Head now to Hearn. Andrew back to Hearn. Back to Andrew. He tips it in and it goes. Tic-tac-toe. And Andrew gets on the board. 8-1 Hokies.
What a play from the offense. Andrew and Hearn with perfect synchronicity. Just going back and forth, hits him with the pass right into the crease and shoves it in.
I love that word, synchronicity. I think that was going to be my word of the week. Hokies putting up an 8 spot, similar to how they did in their first meeting against the Dukes. Still 7:40 remaining, and you got to think that the Hokies aren't done. Surgeon. His shot saved by Badaglieri. Rebound. That one wide, shot by Veneri. Surgeon. Rice's wrist shot, glove down by Badaglieri. Hearn on the assist, as well as Tulo. That second line clicking for the Hokies. Globitz will square off against Moser. Veneri tries to generate something off the faceoff, but stolen there by Moser. Moser has 3 Hokies surrounding him like vultures. Gives it up, Globitz. Globitz will take it near side on the wing. He'll try to lean towards the net. Puck bounces up. Veneri couldn't glove it down. Kellogg keeps it in. Kellogg's shot as we have an injured Duke on the ice. Can't see who it is. The last game of the season. Obviously something you don't want to see. They'll bring out the training staff of both teams. The Hokies putting up an 8 spot here in the 3rd period. We'll take a quick break as we have this injury timeout. Don't go away. We'll be right back. We welcome you back inside the broadcast booth. Scary injury there for the Dukes. It was Anthony Carbone on the ice behind the net. Able to get up under his own power, skate towards the locker room, so good signs there. But again, hate to see it as we head towards the final stretch of the regular season for both teams. But we'll have a face-off here. Dom Fantozzi will take it and win it as Kellogg shot off the face-off, just off of Bottiglieri. Campbell ties the center for Stewart. Stewart gets it, takes it wide, finds a slot for Fantozzi. Kellogg shoots that one. Big rebound by Bottiglieri and able to be cleared. Fantozzi backhands that one behind the net to Rice. Rice stops in his tracks, send it up the boards, and that one out of play. A wicked shot by Gold, and we'll have a whistle. 6:33 remaining in the final regular game of the season. Kyle, let's kind of look forward to what we can expect from this Hokies team. Found out earlier today they were ranked 5th in the Southeast region. Still haven't found out where they're ranked nationally. He has some shifting, with the teams 1 through 4, 1 through 8, kind of, with Kentucky moving up to number 3 over 2 big wins over Louisville. You had Florida Gulf Coast lose 2 out of 3, though they're still hanging around number 1. Again, this is not based on committee voting. It's all based on points. So, but the Hokies dropping down from 4 to 3 after splitting with NC State. Again, you got the playoffs next weekend. You got Ryder, who's ranked number 15. You got them on Friday, but again, you set yourself up if you win that game for another shot with the ice pack on Saturday.
Yeah, you got to win as much as you possibly can at this point in the season. Definitely a tough break last week, splitting with NC State. If you got both of those, you might be up there in the mix for that bye through to nationals, but splitting that with the ice pack, a tough one there. So you got to win what you can, get on a hot streak into the playoffs.
You got Penn State over at number 4. Is that shot saved by Sully? Puck goes over the net. Rebound in front, another save by Sully. Have yourself a night, Jack Sullivan. Paduzzi, the senior, will skate up with it. Paduzzi backhands that one off the post. Garlock leaves it for McAfee. McAfee up the boards. Garlock using his frame to try to keep the puck in the zone. Kazai. Paduzzi, his one-timer. That one awkwardly goes off of his stick and able to be cleared. Batted down by McAfee at center ice. Paduzzi makes a nifty move around. Garlock leaves it for Paduzzi. Paduzzi's wrist shot. Punched down by Bottiglieri. And the Hokies will clear it. Excuse me, the Dukes. 5:18 remaining. Gustafson. Kazai. He'll leave it for Hearn, coming fresh off the bench. Andrew, the recent goal scorer. Slap it off the boards behind the net. Andrew. Too low. Hokies dominant in possession this period. Hearn trying to find his way through a sea of Dukes. Unable to do so, and the puck is cleared. Sullivan to take over. Hearn. Hokies just dominant, out skating the Dukes. Puck again in the offensive end. Too low. Leaves it for Andrew. He falls down. No call on the ice. No icing. Sullivan surveys his options. He'll stretch that one off the skates of Higginbotham. Gold. That one, Klein punched. Sullivan, he'll backhand that one, no one home. Chasing after is Teo Lanigan, the junior. Lanigan, the Sullivan, he'll leave that go, though it's a turnover for the Hokies. Centering pass, Lanigan read that perfectly in the slot, though it's kept in the zone. Kept in by Rafferty. And eventually sent all the way down, and we'll have an icing coming up against the Hokies. 3:52 remaining, 8-1 is the score. It's going to be a comfortable win for the Hokies. Will get their 22nd win of the season. I don't know the program franchise wins record in the season, but you got to think this is definitely up there. 22 wins, 3 losses, 1 overtime loss. So certainly in a very impressive season, a historic season for the Hokies, and certainly something they can build on in the future, Kyle.
Yeah, you can't really do much better than 3 losses and 1 overtime loss. A dominant season all around. You'd like to have a couple of games back, especially those really, really tough ones against Penn State and NC State. But overall, a very successful regular season. Now you just got to do it again in the playoffs.
What are you looking forward to from this squad as they finish out this regular season?
What I'm looking forward to is seeing the rest of the depth really shine. I think that's going to be a huge piece into the playoffs. You know Peduzzi can score. You know Kazai can score. You know Garlock can put it in as well. But I think a lot of teams might overcorrect for those three.
Stort's shot as he falls down. Rebound in front. Saved by Bottiglieri off of Campbell. Or are they going to count it as a goal? I think they are. Yeah, it's going to be a goal for Marshall Campbell. Or is it? It was a very enthusiastic goal. Yeah, it's going to be a goal for Marshall Campbell. Thought it was a save at first, but Campbell with the rebound gets it in. That was probably one of the most least enthusiastic goal celebrations I've ever seen.
I've never seen a player score a goal like that, and you couldn't tell they scored a goal. Marshall Campbell, potentially the most nonchalant player out there for the season. Give him the award.
People call him the teddy bear because he looks like one. Certainly more casual in the scoring department. Peduzzi, shot there, scoring is Dean Sargent! This one deserves a celebration. Sargent gets his first of the season, and deservingly so. And the senior takeover has commenced. Put up a 10 spot here in Vinton. The third time this season the Hokies have put up double digits. Peduzzi, Fantozzi. That one, Bottiglieri saves. But Kyle, going into this team, you talk about the strengths, you talk about the scoring, the defense, the goaltending. What are some of the weaknesses that you think this Hokies team needs to look out for, especially with this tough competition coming up?
Well, that's a pretty tough question to answer because so far, for almost every game of the season, they pretty much haven't really had one. Now, you definitely want to see, against those really, really top-tier opponents, getting the puck in the net first, especially against the NC States that they've played so far. You got to get it in first. You got to get it in consistently because NC State, one of the best scoring teams that the Hokies have played all season, and they've let them know, putting up a few pretty big games for the Ice Pack. So you got to hold the defense against those top-tier opponents.
I know everybody was talking about, all the seniors were talking about their favorite moments of this season. I don't know if you said your favorite moment yet. I haven't heard it, so, I mean, I got to ask, what has been your favorite moment? You know, I know you're probably going to have to say Charlotte, but besides Charlotte, what has been your favorite moment this season?
So, yeah, it is Charlotte, but instead of besides Charlotte, I'll give you a specific. So I said it on the Gobbler Effect when we went on with Coach, and it's that moment when you walk out of the tunnel. Your sight is so narrow, you can't see much out of the tunnel. You just see that little peak of the field, that little peak of the rink. And then all of a sudden, once you get towards the end, you just emerge, and just all of a sudden you see everything. And something about that just is big for me.
It's a moment you certainly probably will never forget. I mean, it's certainly for all of us, it's a moment we'll never forget. History being made. Feels like history is being made every single night as that puck is deflected out of play. I mean, you talk about the records that this team has broken. If you talk about team records, individual records, 13-game winning streak that we saw earlier in this season, a program record. You want to talk about individual records. You want to talk about Gavin Peduzzi being the all-time Virginia Tech leading scorer. Cam Kazai reaching 100 points, the fewest out of anybody in the program history. Coach Mullen in his 13th season at the Hill getting 200 career wins in the league and in his coaching history, and that's only going to continue. I mean, this team is just a record-setting team, a history-written team. You can't really ask for a better squad than the 2024-2025 Virginia Tech Hokies.
It has been a great year. I can't wait to see what this team does in the playoffs. You know it's going to be a hard fight, but they've got a lot of talent to do it, and it is going to be exciting.
1 minute remaining here in the final game of the regular season. The clock ticking down. The Hokies, they'll have more to play for next weekend and potentially even more, depending on what regionals say, as they'll face off against the Rider Bronx in Winston-Salem. 3 o'clock start time. Should be a good one, as they're just going to let the clock tick out here, as Peduzzi has a little extracurriculars, but they're going to let him play. McAfee off the stick of Peduzzi. Peduzzi still playing with full effort, as there's going to be a penalty coming up against him. The captain, the tone setter, the leader of this Hokie squad, the all-time leading goal scorer, the all-time leading point scorer, the all-time leading assist scorer. The category, you name it, he has it, except maybe 1 or 2. I mean, he's just been an incredible player to watch all season long.
Yeah, he has been so special for the Hokies. The man in the white sweater with 12 on it, wow, what a year. I mean, you said it perfectly, Chris. Just about every record in the Virginia Tech books, it's got Gavin Peduzzi's name on it.
Off the face-off, clock still ticking. 8 seconds now in the final moments of the season. That slap shot. And that's going to conclude the 2024-2025 regular season. The Virginia Tech Hokies take this one 10-1 over the James Madison Dukes. A huge win and a huge momentum getter for this Hokie squad.
Such a great way to close out the regular season. You get that big win on senior night. You really see all those seniors shine. I mean, how many seniors on this team recorded points tonight, let alone scored a few goals? I mean, a hat trick for Dominic Fantozzi, a huge performance to close out the regular season. I said it just a moment ago. Now you got to carry that over to the playoffs.
Well, we'll see what the Hokies are able to do next weekend, Friday afternoon in Winston-Salem against the Rider Bronx. Again, 3 o'clock start time. That'll do it for our final broadcast here on the Virginia Tech Hockey Network for this season. Kyle, I know I asked you about your memorable moments. What has been your favorite moment working for the Virginia Tech hockey team this season?
That's a tough one. There have been so many great games, so many fun times. I really don't know if I can pick one. I honestly don't, because I think we've had a super fun year. It's been great working with the whole team, and you know, it's been great working with you, Chris. You've really taken us to the next level, and you know, like I said, we are so excited to see what you do in the future. I can't wait to have you back for a few games next year whenever you decide you're coming to visit.
Yeah, no, I'll for sure let you know when I come down. But that'll do it for the final regular season game. Again, final score 10-1, Hokies on top of the Dukes. For Jordan Parham, our videographer tonight and a wonderful broadcaster all season long, his final game as a Virginia Tech Hokie off-ice staff member. Anna Marie Dean, our wonderful producer as always. Eli Brinson hopping on. We'll see him tons of more times next season for sure. Kyle, thank you so much. We'll see you next season as well. And that'll do it for me, Chris Pierce, the final regular season game as a Virginia Tech Hokie. It's been a pleasure calling games for this team for the past 3 seasons. I mean, there's no words to describe how big this how this group's been, the experience of it all. It's just been overwhelming. And again, I can't say thank you to everybody at home who's been listening and providing feedback. It's been nothing but helpful and tremendous, and it's only going to help this program grow. Again, thank you for all that you've done. This is Chris Pierce signing off for the Virginia Tech Hockey Network. Good night.